Okay. And not sure how loud that music is coming through. Okay. All right. Let's see. Final stages of getting set up. Okay, YouTube's working. All right. So let me make sure. Just so I can compare the old and new versions. Let me view, what's that called? Scaling. I swear there's a way to make this stretch to full screen, but so that's a Mac Mini connected to my laptop, and this has the previous release of ScriptKit on it, just so I can make sure when I'm checking like menus and stuff that I can compare the, like, this is the new menu, and then comparing it to the old menu and features and stuff. All right, so let me organize that real quick. We'll move this one. Man, come on, drag. I swear like my mouse events die whenever I use whenever I use that mission control spaces stuff. Okay, let me just write some Inidim. I'm doing great. I've been heads down working the past few days, haven't really messaged or talked about features, so it's good to be back on. Let's see, where do I want to write release notes? Let's just create a file for now. Like a release notes. I think this still counts as the September build. New features. Let's do let's talk about await docs first. All right, so I love I love GitHub Copilot. That is not what await docs does, so ignore that. But so let's create an example for docs. I don't think I put one in the API or guide. I didn't. Okay. So we'll add this to the API guide as well. Let's just do it this way. So the we'll do example docs. So if you now await docs and pass in a markdown file, so I'm going to grab a markdown file. We'll call this, what if I can just grab some random projects README. I've been looking into quick. I want to see what their markdown looks like. I haven't tried this against many other markdown files other than like standard formatted ones. Yeah, so let's try, I just want to try this. Let's try the README, the raw URL. So the header 1 will be ignored, and it'll grab all the header 2s and turn those into choices, which will be searchable. I'm going to download the docs, and that's a buffer. And then the file path can be, temp path gives you a path to a directory in your Kenv that's created for each script whenever you use temp path. I can show it, I can show it now. So if you go into temp, I don't know if I have any. So like temp journal, temp browse, let's see. Yeah, if you look in your Kenv, if you've used temp path before, there'll be a TMP directory, and then under each script name, there will be a folder named after that script, and you can use temp path to access that folder, and it'll just create a path to that folder. It's a great place to like save things related to your script that you're not too concerned about storing for later. I actually don't have logic set up yet as far as like purging the temp path after 60 days or like typical temp stuff. So right now it's kind of a permanent path, but in the future it'll like after 6 days just remove the content from in there. So we'll just download this to, what let's call this, README. And then we'll load the file path into the docs. But we need to write the file first. So we'll write to our file path the buffer, which we downloaded. So we're downloading the README, we're saving it, and then we're passing it into the new await docs. We'll see if this works. All right. So you can see what this did is it took a markdown file and turned it into a way to browse the documentation. So you see you have getting started, docs, blog post development, community, related, and it's all, I worked on the styling and the formatting to use to render the markdown appropriately. I think it looks pretty nice as far as the markdown's concerned. So everything should work. Like that opened this link. Anyway, it's a pretty sweet way just to drop a, just to grab a markdown file and to browse it. And you can search for development. A cool thing here is that any of the stuff, any of the code, fenced code that you see in here, let's see if that will work. Or is that only, that might only be in the, So in the way I set mine up, you can see copy examples here. So if you're in the API and you want to use select folder, you can hit Command C to copy the examples, and that'll copy all of the code blocks inside of that, inside of the current header 2 or the current section, and bring it into your clipboard. So let me see why. Is that something I should use for every docs? That seems to make sense. Well, not every markdown file would have examples. I guess I could detect if there are code blocks. It's not something I'm going to do right now, but I guess I could detect if there are code blocks. The other thing, you can always just click this little clipboard thing, little icon with the check mark, to grab that and bring it to clipboard. So I just want to look real quick. Where's the copy examples? That's what I called it, right? Copy examples. All right, so those shortcuts are why isn't it bringing those shortcuts in? Oh, because I'm not using the create guide config, that's why. Yeah, I could. I don't think I'm exposing create guide config though. At least you'd have to like import deep from the Kit API, and that's not encouraged. All right, well, anyway, that's so the docs reads markdown file, and the default action right now is suggest edit, which I think I need to change if other people are using that, because yeah, let me fix this. Oh yeah, I was gonna make this the header 1. Let me do that now. Okay, so set name and let's do H1 or placeholder. And placeholder is token text, and then this, and then enter, let's see, with the default action, probably the default would be open markdown file. Or just edit. And then in my specific one, then that can be suggest edit. I think that looks well. That works well. So let's go ahead and yeah, because it's going to return, I believe right now it returns the header of your selection. selected doc. So I'll hit enter. Oh, whoops, that wasn't in. Yeah. Oh, I'm not providing a value. Because in mine, the format I'm following is if you give a comment value, like this, then it will submit that value and hit enter. But if you don't, then let's submit the header too. I think that makes, This is definitely one of those things where I wrote it for my specific use case in the main UI, and I've been extracting it kind of bit by bit to make it something everyone could use. So let's do or section sections push. Yeah, or section name or nothing. So if it has that value comment, then use a value comment. If not, use the name of the section. But I mean, there's really, it wouldn't create a section if there's no name, so I don't need that. All right, let me build that. Then, oh, I also need, oops. We'll call this submit. So docs and options. So you could pass enter into options. Yeah. So the default would be submit. And I think that should be the default anyway. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to build this. We'll bring this window over here. Because I'm going to have to go into here. This will have to be enter suggests. Oops. Let's see, example docs, select development, and then you can see selected doc was development. Okay. So that works for Let's try getting started. I wonder why that, I've been trying to figure out a way where when the prompt hides, then another window that it's spawned, so it spawns this window, it like pushes this to the back of the window stack. So you kind of have to go and get it when the prompt hides. Not something I'm going to work on right now, but I'm going to add that to my list. When prompt hides, dev windows hide behind. I'm just typing into my Todoist list on another monitor. All right. So these, okay, they say submit now. I'm going to have them all say, let me make sure this fixes it. So this is the live version of the Kit SDK. So I'll go to main Kit, and this suggest edit, because the default action, if I remember correctly, the default action on these, so now this says suggest edit. Oh wait, not on that one. On main API. Okay, yeah, the default action on these, if you hit enter, okay, so I need to skip arg. Dev. Okay, that's sending back dev now. It's sending back the header instead of and that's because I set the value to the header 2, and I need to so before it was empty, now it's the header 2. I wonder if for each doc I'll need to go through and add a value, or the suggest edit script. I could do that. So I'd have the value, which would return a string. Maybe if that string's a URL, it would open it. Like if in main API, this shouldn't be script. This should be like selected doc. Okay, so this could either be the name or a value. Now, if the value starts with HTTP, I could open it. I think that works fine. Is there anything in here that All right, so if selected doc, let's do if selected doc is a URL, and open it. And then I'm gonna have to go through, yeah, setting those to the header 2s made it so should I force someone to set a value? I don't think so. If I don't force someone to set a value, then I'll just have to go through my own docs and set values on all of them, which isn't an issue. It's just API MD. So where's that? It's like this URL, I believe, will take you straight to the edit page. Yeah. All right, so this is the this, that. And I just need to put it under each. Does this allow me to go through? Like, can I filter by only the header 2s in this? I've never tried that. And white space, and white space. Oh well, I'll just do it. Arg div paste. Then div dev. And dev editor. And editor term. And term template. Hey May, actually I'm gonna go back. I don't want to do that on my own docs because I have that function that's wrapping them. I have the main helper in this guide config. I can map the values in here, get code blocks. Let's see, shortcuts, contents. Hello. That's not, since it's going to select the H2, is there any way to know that there's not a value? Trying to think. I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Okay. So add that. We'll go down to div. Add that. Go down to dev. that, go down to editor, go down to term, and then after term is template, and after template hotkey, drop fields, select file, select folder, widget, and that's it. All right, so similarly, I wonder if there's a way for this to know its own repo that it's in. Oh well. Let's grab these and go into the guide. Okay. What's the regex replace for? Let's see. I don't think I'm that smart. Find. Because it's a multi-line regex. It's a find a line that starts with this, then anything, then a new line, and then a white space, and then another new line. No. And then this is group 1. Can I replace so it'd be this and replace with that. Nope. It's this, right? And then that's $1. Okay, that worked. Undo. So $1, new line, new line. I think that might work. Let's undo that. And, this needs to be any character that's not a hash mark. So, not, whoops, not a hash, oof. So we could do space. There we go. And so header 2, value, header 2, value, header 2, value. I think that worked. I may need to find, one of these might have multiple values though. All right, and this isn't API. This is now guide.md. Okay, and similarly in main guide, this will have the same logic as main kit, or sorry, main API. Main guide. Oops. All right. I think that'll work. All right, let's give that a shot. Oops. Okay, so so you're in the guide, you have something selected, and this would be suggest edit. Oh, is that overriding? Those should have values now. Let's see. Oh, I wonder if it's trimming. Let's see. So here. And here. Selected doc is. Oh, So the way it's parsing the value in docs is wrong. It's splitting only. That's why there's another colon, and it's splitting between the value colon and the URL colon. But I need it to only split on the first colon. Is that a... like let me see what Copilot says. Only split on the first colon. Why would it need to add? I think this is fine. Let me try. Why does that keep disappearing? That's getting more annoying. So let's do a string 1, 2, 3, 4. String split. Let's see, but it's creating the last one too. Hey, thank you. It's a passion project of mine that I've been planning and working on for a long time. And it's both super fun to work on. Like it's a really good challenge. Like each day is an interesting challenge for sure. And I love that it's something that other people can use and, you know, remove some friction from their day. So it makes me happy to work on. Okay, why when I split like this, does it create the last one in the array? Let me see. JS string split only first occurrence. Oh, this is telling me to slice instead of split. Oh, I guess I should bring this over here. Yeah, we know that, we know that. Since the separator is that. Slice one join. Interesting. All right. And filter out empty strings. All right. Well, it's, yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. So that'll get me the full URL now. I wonder why it's... I think it ran this. Download MD. Let's try this again. And all right, so if I go to dev, hit enter. Oh yeah, it's not copying over. It's part of the build. I need to check on that. Because this should be copying over. Let's close that one, not using it. Okay, so yeah, it's copying over the right file, but then when I run the setup, it's still downloading them from the repo, but I told it only to do that in production so that I could test this better. It must not be getting the node env. Download empty. Oh yeah, these don't show up in. Well, let's remove that for now. Oh, and I wanted to add in main kit, main API, enter, suggest, edit, main guide. All right, so now we have suggest edit on all of these. This last one is update docs because it'll run a script. So let me make sure that the API is the latest. So suggest edit, hit enter, and that opens this URL because we properly fixed that. And now if I download from this one says update docs, which should bring me back here with the, now these values are gone because it pulled, let's see, API. Missing. Yeah, okay. It was just, that was just VS Code caching and not updating. Sometimes I think they have like their file watcher running on like a 1 or 2 second poll because how late it updates a file sometimes when another program changes it. But That's always a weird thing, like when I'm teaching something and if a script or whatever updates a file and VS Code doesn't reflect that automatically, the student will be like, well, I don't see the change in there, and it's just VS Code not knowing the file changed yet. All right, so that all looks good. Let me make sure that this one is working as well. Guide D. All right, and let's open the guide. We'll select any of these, creating previews, hit enter. That should suggest an edit, so someone could come in here and just ask me to update the guide. And otherwise, if we go to the guide, go down to the bottom, bottom has missing something, and it asks them to, oh, that's rendering. Interesting. Why did it render the entirety of that? Let's see. Tailwind. Suggest. Oh, for some reason I have two things in there. That's why. I must have used some sort of shortcut, something. Is that in here as well? API, MD. No, it's just in that one. Okay. All right. Cool. Looks good. Let's check the example docs again. All right, so this is the one that's pulling down. Okay, so the placeholder as the H1 works, and it's also set up there. These are all the H2s. These are the content of the H2s. And then selecting one of these, like blog posts, will give you back the title. I can't think of anything else. I wonder if I can fix that. Like if you would enter what else you would expect it to give you back. I don't think you'd expect the entire content of the section. Like if you're going to take an action, the name. Yeah, so it defaults, it checks if there's a value through the HTML comment. Then if that's not there, then it does the H2. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's good. I think this will make a good enough demo for docs. Let me open up the kit examples actually. So dev kit examples, open in VS Code, and all right, so let's create a new file. This can be the call it quick docs. Whoops, there should be and we'll go into our example docs. We'll just I just hit Command C. Command C will copy the content of a script. and we'll say selected dock is the H2 quick readme. Seems like a good enough name for it. Yeah. So that's docs. And I really want to fix that. Let's see. Testing dev. Because then like how that flashed, how it goes to the back. Wonder if there's if it's like an always on top thing. DevTools closed. DevTools opened. Where's that used? Just set always on top. I think it might be this one. Need to move this past. No. Well, let me see if removing that line will quote unquote fix it. No, so it's not that. Dev isn't show dev tools. Dev tools window. Set always on top. Well, I just want to bring it to front. Like, it looks like it did my best to do that. I'll just do that. Like, the interesting part is that the DevTools is detached from its actual window. So I'm telling the window it's detached from to be on top, but I don't know if that'll keep that the DevTools window on top. It still pops to the back. And it's weird because it's in front of the terminal, but it's behind these VS Code windows. Like, I'm not sure what's going on there. Because I want that to be up front. I don't tell anything to manually blur, do I? No. Yeah, I mean, calling it there. Maybe you need to call it before show. Or maybe like calling it is what's doing the weird thing. Let's see, so I said focus. I don't want it always on top, like I really don't. Because it's the web contents of the DevTools window that I really want to focus, but I don't know if that's like, And maybe that's what it was, because I was telling it to focus the parent. This is telling it to focus the parent window, not the DevTools window, not the detached DevTools window. So maybe that's what it was. All right, testing DevTools. Nope. That's so interesting, like where it shows up. Like it's behind, it's in front of Chrome, it's in front of the terminal, but it's behind all of my VS Code windows. So if I were to move all my VS Code windows over here, let's try it now. Now it's on front. Oh, wow. I wonder if there's like, there could be something. Let me try this. Okay, so it focused back on VS Code. It's like, I don't know if that's an issue with what I'm doing or if it's VS Code like aggressively requesting focus when another window closes. That seems like a strange, or maybe like I have a, ooh, that might be it. I know this find prompt, like if you have that open in one of your VS Code instances, and I had that open in 3 of them. Let's try that. Nope, still not. All right, let me close a few of them. I'm going to only have, I have a bunch of DevTools open, or sorry, VS Codes open. Okay, so like I literally have 10 of them open. Close, close, close. Okay, now I only have 2 of them open. And there are, let's see, I'll bring this one over. Nope. Does it go in front of Discord? Okay, so it goes behind Discord too. What other app do I have open? Does it go in front of OBS? No, that's, but OBS is also Electron. What about Loopback? It's like is it just going behind the frontmost app? 10 seconds, I just need to yell to my son that his piano practice was canceled. Right back. All right, my son is now aware that his piano practice is rescheduled. This is this is one of those things, maybe if I build a production app, it doesn't do that. Let me, before I dive too deep down that rabbit hole, it takes like 30 seconds. I haven't timed it on my local machine to build the app. Do I call an app hide? Oh, I might call an app hide if there's no... I do a doc hide. I wonder if that would do it as well. Thanks, Ashwin, for any suggestions. Let me just check. This will be production and testing dev. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely returning to the previously. Oh, I need to tell my wife that I told my son. Done. All right. Okay, so I can quit. And maybe that's this one. Oh, it's doc hide. Yeah, that's something I added. Someone, I can't remember who, requested that if ScriptKit has widgets open, they want to be able to Alt Tab, or sorry, Command Tab to widgets. And if your app is not in the dock, then you can't Command Tab to it. And so I started showing ScriptKit in the dock when ScriptKit was visible. And it looks like what I need to do is only do this. Okay, app dock visible, kit state is visible, and like browser window. Is, let's see, I think the main prompt window will always count as a window because that window's never destroyed. I need to like make my dock preferences. So okay, so ScriptKit is in the dock, and but now if I close that, it doesn't leave the dock. I have to open, so now it left the dock. Let's see. Now I'm gonna have to track, do I track all of the DevTools windows? I don't think I do. Let's see, widgets. So the widgets are an array of widget options, but I don't think, I just need like window IDs or something if I'm going to collect DevTools windows. As number, I guess. And show kit state DevTools window. DevTools window ID. Is that a number? That's a number, right? Yeah. And then, is there an on hide? Yeah, I already do that on DevTools closed. I think I need to I don't think if I reassign the array, the observer will pick it up. What's the we're just like slice is destructive, right? Or is it splice? Remove the ID from the kit state DevTools windows. using splice. Is that right? Someone help me with some basic JavaScript. I wonder how many DevTools windows. Because I'd always use filter. What is just out of curiosity, what does Loadash's remove use? Oops. Remove. Like that. Import that from Lodash. I'm so not against being lazy and just using. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't want to butcher it by making an attempt. Remove. Okay, so I do want it to mutate the array. Good. And then, oh, people are going to start screaming state machine at me if I do this. Okay, so show doc. Yeah, crap. Subscribe key. Get state, and this will be DevTools windows. Oh, you know what? I could just do a count. I don't need to know anything. Yeah, we're just fixing a really fun little bug. DevTools count 0. Back to show. DevTools. Whoops. Get state. DevTools count. Haha. Take that. And because we just need to know if there is more than 0. Then this is DevTools count. If count is 0, hide doc, otherwise show doc. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to integrate the Valtio stuff with xstate. It's just one of those refactors that just need to make time for, really. And git state. This is hide. DevTools count is 0. At this point, I'm like tempted to leave the doc icon open all the time, but yeah, but it doesn't seem right for this type of app. Like this, because this app can have persistent UI and like the temporary UI, like just showing the doc when there's UI visible makes a lot of sense to me. I'll just do if git state DevTools count is greater than 0 return. I guess I could just use return guards in here too. If kit state DevTools count. This is hide. Oh wait, this one's hide. This one's show. Okay, yeah, I only need a guard against hide because this will trigger show when it's greater than 0. Okay. I think we should be okay there. And then we can get back to the release stuff. Whoops. I must have be missing a parenthesis somewhere. DevTools count and that one. All right, so now testing DevTools. Now this stays on top. The dock icon, I'm not sure if you can see that. It's behind. Let me scooch this over. I can scooch, right? How come I can't scooch? Does OS 10 not let you reorder these? Do I need to like control scooch? What? How do you reorder your dock? Come on. There's got to be some sort of command, alt, click, some sort of nonsense. Ah, no. I didn't want to drag it on there. Anybody ever reordered their dock before? Whoa, if you hold control, it shows the text. That's new to me. Oh, that's my recents? Oh, then am I not showing? No, these are, this is my open stuff. Oh, keep in dock? Oh, so you're saying those ones have to be dragged over here and then I can reorder it. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't understand. Okay. So if I close this, then the dock icon should go away. Sweet. Yeah. Thank you, Ashwin. I appreciate that. But it didn't hide all the way. I guess now because I have it pinned, it won't hide. I guess that's good enough. So if I click on it, I don't have a click handler. Why is it moving the icon though? Oh, because it's, yeah, because it's Electron. I guess I could set up a click handler to run the main script. Where's like, where do I want to do that? App, doc, probably in main. App, doc, on. Is there on? get menu. That's an interesting behavior. Like, this isn't doing anything when I click on it, but I feel like it should open the main prompt. But I don't know if I can set the behavior of a dock click other than dock. Download, finish, get badge, hide is visible. Sets applications dock menu. Result on the dock icon is shown. Electron change of dock icon click. I'm sure. Yeah, the tray is this. But I want the dock. I wonder if I get the like open second instance event, because there's like a second, where did I put that? There's like a second instance lock. Like if imagine you did, I believe it would be applications kit. Well, where is the dev version? So imagine you did this, like, I'm not running in production, so this is the wrong place to invoke it. But if you ran this and passed in some sort of arguments or whatever, and the app was already running, kind of like, well, it's not exactly like how VS Code does it, but it captures it in the second instance, meaning you asked for another instance of the app, but I'm not going to give it to you. Instead, I'm going to do this. So I wonder if log info. Is there another event like app on? What else do we got? Let's see, when you click on the dock, run a script, which got Copilot. App on open file? What is open file event? All right, time to pull up the docs. Electron app events. Will finish launching, ready, window will close before quit open file. When the application is already open and OS wants to reuse the application to open the file. Also, when the file's dropped in the dock and the application is not yet running. Okay. Activate. Emitted when the application is activated, various actions such as activate might be it, huh? I think activate sounds good. What session created? I think our best bet is activate, but let's try open file as well. Okie dokie. Your messages are being throttled for spam? Oh. Sorry. Is that something I can control in like the YouTube API? I don't have that open. Let's see. You were trying to, okay, let's see. Let's see. There you go. You're a moderator now. That should give you permissions. You can do whatever you want. Use the power wisely. I don't know what else to do other than make you a moderator. All right. So, with great power comes great responsibility. All right. So if I click this, definitely got something sweet. Yep, activate. That's the one. So, do I have run prompt process main script path? I believe that's all I need. Oh yeah, and I have the new force thing I need to use. All right. Okay, so clicking on the dock. Ooh, launch the prompt, but let's see. Great, we're gonna run into a state thing. Okay, so clicking. Okay, why would that cause it to abandon? I think that might be an on blur thing. Because when you open the prompt and then you click outside of it, it's the default behavior of blurring the app is to end the current process. I think that might be what's going on, because right now that could be considered blurring. But now when I click again, it has focus. Yeah, don't build apps that require knowledge of hiding and focusing and like all this temporary stuff that ScriptKit does. Because no other apps do that, and there's just like no resources on, and the APIs for supporting it aren't that great. So yeah, don't do what I did, essentially. I wonder if I can just do like sometimes my hacks for this sort of thing. Where's my dev tools count? Is activated. And then, where'd activate go? So git state is activated true, and then where's blur? on blur. Like this is one of those functions that's been refactored dozens of times, and I still not super happy. It's like understanding the state of blurring, especially when you can tell the prompt to hide, but tell it like a script keeps on running and then open another prompt even though it hid, like with the set selected text stuff. All right, so let's just do a if kit state is activated, return, well, kit state is activated, false Rooney, and return. What's up, Zach? I'm just scripting some kits over here. You have to watch out for Ashwin, though. Ashwin's a moderator now, so only say nice things or they'll get you. All right, let's try click. Nice. I think this is the expected behavior in the doc. Click to open, click to close. If you pin it to the dock. So that still works. We were working on this fun thing where if you used the DevTools menu before, it had this issue where it was showing up behind other windows, and that's because like the dock, which is like a new feature in the next version of ScriptKit, is that if you run a widget, so this is a widget of my daughter just like sitting there all transparent, so you can like have her chilling over there, you should be able to command tab back so that before you'd have to click and hit escape to make a widget disappear, or click and hit command W. The window state is made more complex by the drag area feature. Yeah, the window state with the there's a prompt cache where if you do this, like it'll remember that you did that. So each time you open it, it'll save it, and it'll save it per monitor. And command 0 resets all of those. If you ever found that you've moved this somewhere and you want it to recenter, command 0 will center it. And that prompt config stuff is there's based on where, if your mouse is on the same screen or if it's on a different screen, if you disconnected a monitor and your prompt is now cached off the monitor, like you can just imagine like the weird things that you'd never think of until you're building it. Yeah, anyway, the feature is that you can now open these things, and the dock is available for you to command tab back to bring ScriptKit windows into focus. That should work also if you're like editing, so ScriptKit is still open in the background. Let's see. Oh no, that's actually, let's see. Can I command tab back? Interesting. Wow, there's a behavior. Look at that. So it thinks it's not open right now, but if I reveal it like this, now it thinks it's open. Open, open, open. Gone. What sort of bizarre nonsense is that? Oh, that's painful. I don't want to think about that one. So I could Command Tab back to ScriptKit now, and now lose focus. I have focus over here. Command Tab back. But if a window is in front of it, now I can't Command Tab to it. How does that make everyone feel today? Let's see. Does it think it's hidden? It's like, does that trigger the hidden event? Let's see. So all the things that say doc hide. Actually, let me comment. Yeah, doc hide. Oops. I'm going to comment that out because the things, the widgets, oh, is visible. I didn't realize is visible meant that. I mean, it makes sense that that's what it is. But I thought it meant that the app was open. That changes some very minor things. Is visible. Where's that set? Okay, show sets visible to true. Hide. So a window in front of it triggers a hide event. You know what I could have that do? I can actually ditch these and make this the script path so that the script path, if there is a script path, so like conceptually the state of ScriptKit, there's like an active script that's controlling the UI. There can be other scripts running like in the background and stuff, but the script path is like the active script, and that'll get set and unset. So that when it's unset, I think is a good time to hide the doc. And when it's running, I think that makes sense. Like makes sense in the good solution area. All right, doc show. Doc hide. Oh. If git state script path return. All right, what did I do this time? DevTools count is activate. Well, I don't need it. It's activated. Script path. Oh, I commented out app.hide. That's what I did. All right, so doc, no doc, doc, no doc. Did I close that too quickly? Okay, doc with an editor, and we'll Command tab away from it. We'll hide it. Command tab back to it. Nice, look at that. This is one of those things where it's just the natural behavior that people expect to see. But ScriptKit, since it's like this combination of like what Alfred does, but it's also an editor and a terminal and all those other things, it like shares both of the behaviors and responsibilities between those apps. And trying to like merge those into what expectations are, like clicking away closes it, but if you're editing something, you leave it open and can tab to it. Like, it's usually what I do is I rely on, when I implement something, I just rely on feedback from users. Like, I expected it to work this way, and so then I just go and make it work that way. And so far that's been working out, so. All right. That was actually I'm really glad that got fixed. That had been bugging me. Because I love the DevTools. It's one of those features I just love to play with. Alrighty. So, kind of back to what the new features are. So I added that docs example. Really important new feature. There's a beep feature. You can say await beep. So when you run beep, it'll make like the default beep sound. Anyway, that's a fun one. So let's actually add that. I think that's worthy of a note. Also known as noteworthy readme, release notes. Beep. Where's the example? docs. We don't need that. Let's see. Docs. Takes the file path of a, well, yeah, it takes the file path of a markdown file and of a markdown. I wish I could kind of like accept one word at a time, and displays it as a list of choices. Each header, each H2 is displayed as a choice, while the content of the H2 is displayed in the preview. Selecting the choice will return the current. Man, I don't want to do like a full write-up of this, but this one's important. If you would rather submit a value instead of the H2, then use an HTML comment to specify the value inside the H2's content, or under the H2's content. So markdown, I'm the choice header, and then value this will be returned. Example. All right. Beep plays a beep sound. Love it. And done. So let's also do the, I didn't come up with a good name for this. There's this new feature with snippets where if you use an asterisk in front of a snippet, let's call this like, and if anyone has a better name for this, I'm all ears. Like example, grab snippet. Okay, just that's a terrible name. But if you type a snippet like this, where it's asterisk, and then let's say foo, comma, comma, right? Then we'll just do set selected text. Well, the content before when you type foo will be passed in as an arg. So I'm the asterisk content. So this value can be like reformatted. Oh yeah, this postfix snippets or so in IntelliJ or the JetBrains IDEs, they have this idea of a postfix completion, meaning that when you type some characters and then type the postfix completion, it'll take the previous characters and then do something with it. So so let's do like MD comma comma, and let's take the value and then we'll set selected text as like a markdown link with the value in it, right? So if I type like google.com md comma comma, you'll see it'll reformat it to this wrapped thing. So it's this thing where you just have to understand the moving pieces. So say like anyone on your system what's like I like using comma comma. Let's do comma period, and we will split on the value here. So the value split will split on, whoops, a colon, and this can be the name and the URL. So if this was the name and the URL. So if I'm typing along and I think google.com period comma period. There we go. I didn't google.com. Oh, I did that wrong. Value split. Why isn't that splitting? Name URL. Was my script not compiling? Oh, that's why. My script wasn't compiling. That's why I was so confused. There was a stray single quote at the top from some keyboard shortcut that I messed up on. Anyway, so name, URL. Boom, boom. google.com, comma period. And what this allows you to do is some pretty interesting stuff. So say, for example, in like there's a library called Google This. So if I were to use Google This, let's look at the API. Google this. So this will return, I'll just go ahead and grab this. Comment that out for now. Comment that out. Let Google equals 08 npm Google this. All right, and now we're going to search for egghead.io. And instead of console log, we'll use a dev on the response. And do I have another script error? All right, and so the results, we can grab the, so response.results, first item, and we'll grab the URL. Meaning that if we come in here and we'll do a search for the value that comes in. And then the response, so the URL is going to be the response results 0, I believe it was URL. And then we could try, this may or may not work. So say, for example, if I type Google, comma, period, that went and did a Google search and found the first result of the Google search and then created a link for that. So if I did egghead.io, like that, obviously that URL is the name. Script kit hopefully is the first result. Nice. So I mean, there's like a ton of super powerful things you could do with this. As far as if you just type something in and you know some sort of API you want to hit, or you know some sort of file you want to read, and grab the contents from it based on the word you pass in. It's just kind of waiting to see what people make with it. And it's one of those, you have to understand it before you can make something cool with it. I don't, let's see. I'm trying to remember if, don't think there'd be a way to do like that, because it ignores quotes. So it still have to be like a single word. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a way around that. But you could always do like a this. Oh, it's going to ignore the underlines too. You just have to find a separator character, and then you could parse out that separator character in your name. It's never going to support spaces, so it's kind of define your own separator there. Alrighty. So postfix snippets. Snippet. What's like a good solid hello world example where you take one piece of text and convert it to another piece of text? Let's do like a span or something. That's not the best. Example postfix snippet. Span. And then set selected text. So LOL span, comma, comma. Or maybe like an XML, like an Emmet style. Because you could literally like implement Emmet globally with this. So maybe that's like a good let's try that. Would be a good word for that. HTML. Yeah, let's do 3 commas. Ugh. Yeah, that's fine. And let's do value. So div HTML. Yeah, we'll do like hello world. I'm the asterisk content. Postfix snippet. Example. All right, so the variable is represented by a at the beginning of the snippet. In the example below, typing div HTML. Whoops. That's gonna be hard to type. Let's see. Typing div HTML, comma, would render out div HTML, comma, comma. Let's grab this one. Query API. The snippet can also take the content of the asterisk and post it to an API for more complex scripts. In this example, the content is used to make to query Google and create a markdown link from the word you typed. Example, markdown a link from Google snippet. All right. And the most exciting announcement of all, Beep is now available. Beep example. All right. Man, there's a lot of stuff to cover. Been going for a couple hours now. I think it's break time for me. Let's type out some shortcuts examples though. UI shortcuts. Action bar. The September release adds a new action bar at the bottom of the UI, which supports custom shortcuts. Let's see, shortcuts, sample. Hello. Let's see, a shortcut looks like the following. Has a name, key, on press, and bar property. When you press the shortcut, it will trigger the on press function. You can also click on the shortcut. Add each shortcut to a shortcuts array, which is passed to the prompt config. Most commonly, the first argument of arg. All right, I think that's enough for that. Recent script moved to top. The most recently run script is now moved to the top of the list, so that the next time you open the main prompt, you can quickly run it again. I think in the, let's go to sleep. So this is the currently released version of ScriptKit. So this version has a new DevTools menu for, oh yeah, there's a new VS Code extension. Let's talk about those. VS Code extension. ScriptKit. VS Code extension. Oh, well, I think I can. We now have allows you to run scripts directly from VS Code. Let's see. Let's try and get that file. Cat kit db VS Code. Oh, interesting. That probably needs some more. Let's see. I think that needs to be triggered on window focus as well. I don't know if that's a VS Code extension trigger update on like workplace focus. And I wonder why I'm doing that. Oh yeah. Well, let's just call it this. Menu bar dev tools. Which allows you to there's menu also lists all of the running processes, so that can easily terminate having to hunt around for process IDs. All right, I need a break. Gonna go get a snack. If you're still here, thanks for hanging out. I'll finish up these release notes and get this build published tonight. The biggest one is like the Windows preview build will be available. But I'll talk more about that like in a separate, probably in a separate post. All right, cheers everyone.